Hello and welcome back to my 5-year plan playthrough of RP-1. So first things first, finally actually got this properly fixed. You can hide the proficiency trainings for stuff you don't have access for. Also the bug where mission trainings wouldn't show up is fixed. And also the bug where stuff would get linked to a single training when they shouldn't have been and therefore miss out on some training duration is fixed.
Very nice.
I think that is it for all the fixes on that. So let's actually maybe fly some stuff.
Yeah, what were we doing last? Escaping me.
So
March,
realized
but
that I should have started mission training like 40 days ago.
oh
That's
yeah,
one thing. So that's annoying. Which means I think what I actually want to do is this. That completes in 15 days, so we'll launch that and then send everybody over. Have a uh, better run of stuff going on.
cool. Did you
Reconditioning.
start the training?
Sorry?
Did you start the training?
Uh, that's a great question. Did I?
I don't
No.
think you did because you were
No, I did
fixing the
not.
bugs.
No, I did not. That's cool. All right. So, 61 days. All right. So 63 days is the best we can do.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't have 2 more astronauts free.
Yeah. But I'm trying to finish the Soyuz stuff
Yep.
in time for. Oh, it actually. Because I reordered some stuff. Um, Turns out I didn't have to do that in that order. But that's okay.
Yeah, no big deal. I mean, you can't just build a bunch of rockets and then launch them when the astronauts are free, rather than vice versa.
Yep. And also, since I'm not doing EVA until Soyuz anyway, it doesn't really matter because I'm only doing one Voskhod flight.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to start tracking station going just so that I don't forget.
Yeah, you might as well just put it on a slower thing if you
Yep.
want to.
Given that I have a bunch of. That's fine. Um, and then
Also,
we'll
sounds like. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, seems like you're going to need to figure out a lunar sample rocket to have something building.
Uh, oh, you mean
Because you'll have a
because
gap
there's
between
yeah, there's a
Voskhod and
gap.
Soyuz and nothing to launch, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible that um, yeah, I'm not going to have docking for a long time. I think it's actually time to start hiring some researchers. Because, yeah, we want to be able to do our rendezvous and docking earlier than 3 months after that. Not great.
It makes sense.
Um,
Oh, you should either set an alarm for Glushko or pick a
oh,
different
yeah, I need to.
designer.
Yeah, I was going to look at that. Good point. Can't pick him because he's already employed.
Yep.
No way am I taking a 5% research hit.
Yep. Well, minus 15 integration cost isn't bad later on.
I mean, this might actually be relevant.
Certainly the penalty doesn't matter, so that's good.
And 12% integration speed once I start shifting over to the protonish things. Von Braun is actually fairly interesting because my bottleneck is research, not integration. So very fast integration, but slow because of solids. And cheaper unlocks.
Not useful, yeah.
Yeah, Von Braun is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, the trade-off isn't great because I mean I guess you have fewer engineers than researchers, so not bad, but
yeah, or put differently, like if it takes 38 days instead of 33 days to integrate a R7 stack, I'm not that sad.
yeah, I mean,
Although that is effectively a monetary penalty.
yeah. What I was gonna say is like one is giving you money, the other one is costing you money. Yes, it's hard to rebalance, but I mean, less 10% on something that you're paying more for is definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, and regardless of the rest of it, given that I'll be capped out on researchers soon, it's compelling to have a 10% faster speed.
Yeah. Although I thought Cleaver and Faget were also interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Faget is interesting because we're going to be launching more human-rated vehicles. And
yeah. And they're just pure upside.
Yeah. Yeah, and command module research speed is relevant for what we're about to be researching. Although it has a very limited shelf life. There's only like 3 things that I care about.
What's the penalty like for canceling people nowadays?
Let's see what it would cost. 900 rep to get rid of Ulcergay.
Yeah, that's too
That's
high.
a lot. If I got rid of Chris Kraft, who's been around longer. Not that much longer. Catherine Johnson is down to 667. Yeah, I'm wondering if the penalty is actually too high now. Because some of these folks have been around for a long time. So I'd expect it to be lower.
Yep.
Because, oh yeah, I can actually look and see. Retires. Oh no, they're all 74. So they're actually... Wait.
Are they all?
That's a bug.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah, you want to make an issue for that?
Yeah.
That's clearly a bug. Okay, there's a much lower cost to remove of 378. My guess is that that leader was actually signed like 7 or 8 years ago. Let me look at Glishko as the chief designer. Was 1.1x modifier to engine. For staged and regular. Oh, except that's a bug. Oh, no, it's not. It's that, yeah, only fuel rich has the other name. The others are just called staged. So yeah, 10% faster research to all the engine nodes that I care about is basically equivalent to, it's like most of the weight of Von Braun without Von Braun's downsides. So yeah, I'm just going to set an alarm for Glishko. In about a year, it's November 64. What's going on in November 65? We're not even starting engine research until later, so that's fine. So raw time, 1 year. Glishko. Why is OKV Glishko set for 377 days?
You set it to then because you wanted to start it when staged stuff was going.
Oh,
so
yes,
that
that's right, because there's downsides.
Yeah.
See if that's enough of a reminder for me. Okay. The other thing is I have been charged by CMAV to check and see whether I screwed up enabling the curl of cross stuff.
Seems like there was just a button. What could you have screwed up?
Yeah. I'm also confused because they didn't decouple the way they normally did, I thought.
They definitely did something different because they popped themselves out much faster.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm curious what the issue
Yeah,
might
it's
be.
enabled.
CMAP, when you watch the stream, tell us what we've done wrong here.
Yes, exactly.
I wonder how it projects that joint that it's supposed to form at the top. Maybe because the tank stops below that.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. No, Mr. Bond, if you add them, then they will be with reasonable like pluses and minuses for them. All right, so we'll launch our dual only-ish, or I guess more like Tundra-ish probes.
Mhm.
Okay, roll that out. And let's launch it. See if I can remember the mission architecture for it.
Isn't it just two? The same thing you did for Lunar Mapper 1 and 2?
I think so. Very shadow. Much dark. Yeah, okay. It is. It looks like it's broadly the same deal.
So you have way too much delta V for what you're doing again.
Well, I mean, I am launching polar.
Yeah, true.
So I need to do a little math. I mean, first let's look at what this will cost. Pretty sure we're going to need this stage. Yeah, this is the bug that. Yeah, this is the issue. Where it really doesn't like the fact that we're predicting wrong. So this is going to be a somewhat more costly ascent than I would expect. So there's 500 spares, so we're going to need to use about 400 meters per second on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
85 degrees is enough to get the poles. I think that I'm going to want to launch to something like, oh, ha, I already have this set up. Yes, 20,000 kilometers. Because, yes, 20 by 50.
What's the plan?
So we're going to launch to 20,000 kilometers, circularize at it, and then kick the things up to 50 above each of the poles.
Okay. You can go to lower periapsis and save yourself fuel if you want to then.
I don't think it's going to make that big a difference. Like, let's see. Because we're on free attack. 2857. Yeah. All right, so it saves some, but I don't, because like we're gonna go. Yeah, I guess we loft, fall again, and then cancel out vertical velocity on the way back down.
Yep, you just end up getting taking less steering losses. You can even do the thing where you have like a negative periapsis and attach it a 150 if you felt like it.
Yeah.
But
injection 1431. Yeah, that's interesting. That.
Try negative 150. See how much of a difference it does.
Negative 150?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, because it'll be super cheap.
Yep.
That's a reasonable difference, actually.
I know.
Huh.
That's why I'm telling you to do it.
Thing is, though, I have more than enough delta V, so I don't actually care.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can just use that to raise your apoapsis higher if you wanted to use that to get to the 50. But I don't know that you
No,
do
I can't raise it. I can't raise it higher than 20 because the point is I have to go to 20 megameter circular and then have different arguments of perigee for each of the satellites.
Right. I know you could go to 50 circular and then.
Oh, and then lower.
Yep.
Yeah. Could I?
Yep.
It's real tight. No, it's not that tight. You're right. Could do it that way. Don't think I want to do it that way because having that thing last 6 hours is a lot of electricity. And it's only got 3,600 kilojoules.
Wait, why do you have to have it last 6 hours?
Because it's the thing that's circularizing.
Oh, you're using it for circularization as well. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm just going to use the probes to do their perigee kicks.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this kind of geometry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, this seems fine. given that I usually overloft a little bit going to 28 degrees, my guess is that this will be pretty close to correct.
Won't you have to overloft more?
No, if I'm overlofting in the other trajectory, going polar means that I won't actually be overlofting. I should be just about bang on. And so it is proved. Basically zero.
Oh, right. Sorry. When you were saying overloft, I was thinking the overloft you do to go above 2200 and then come back down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, just the pitch programs.
Yeah.
Overloft.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and as it happened, it was basically exactly 0 degrees when I engaged closed loop.
Yeah, nice. Sorry, I meant when you overloft to reach your periapsis, you'll overloft more.
Yes, that's correct. Or that's just loft.
Yeah, okay. I call it overloft because it means you wasted some energy, but
I mean, depends what you mean by wasted, I guess. Oh, also, I forgot to upgrade the solar panels on these. That's dumb. Oh well. They only have to last, like, I don't know,
3
a
months.
year? No, they have to do,
yeah.
Well, less that and more the spending sometime high, sometime low. So, because we need 90 days in each, even for the non-biome stuff.
Okay, so when you say you're not wasting energy by having to loft to a higher apoapsis before you sink down to your periapsis, what do you mean? Because I assume that means that you've suffered extra gravity losses because your engines are taking extra time to get you there. Versus the ideal case
sorry,
where
yes, that's correct.
A perfect burn time. Like,
yes.
Obviously, there's trade-offs involved.
Yep. Yes, I think in that case you're correct. I think the opposite case is the less intuitive one, where it may be the fact that your steering losses are actually lower than your gravity losses if you have to then burn down to cancel extra vertical velocity.
Yeah. Obviously,
yeah,
that is also a negative case, because, I mean, if you're...
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's not a negative case. Not necessarily. Like, you may actually be gaining more in reduced gravity losses than you're losing in steering losses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it depends on the exact profile of your craft in that case. Because, I mean, in the ideal case, you have a high TWR first stage, and then a longer burn for your last stage. And in that case, you've failed to get those gravity losses by having a high TWR first stage, and then still have an...
Oh, shoot, this is going to spin out, isn't it?
It always does. Yes.
It's annoying. Given that it's...
Yeah, it's still going, right. Exactly.
Yes. This is going to be not great. So we'll lose it. That was much less bad than usual. I don't quite understand it.
It was just as bad as usual, except your...
Oh, except I had TVC. Yes, rather than weak RCS. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, like, consider the... Sorry.
No, I get
Yeah,
what you're saying. Like
yeah,
you yeah, like having a high WR stage definitely gets you, like which implies a, like a short burn time, definitely can soak a lot of gravity losses. I mean, reduce them.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the classic example of this is um, it takes less delta V for something like Atlas to reach orbit, even a 200-kilometer orbit, than it does for this thing with like this launch that I've done,
Mm. Yep.
even with the basically correct lofting.
Yeah. But in terms of like what the ideal case would be something like, I don't know, slapping solid rocket boosters on to get a 1.6 TWR off the pad that you ditch after 30 seconds, and then have a 7-ish minute ascent to your circular orbit.
I still think you'll do better with like a 4 or 5 minute ascent.
Okay.
Like it'll be somewhat close, but I think you'll still take enough more gravity losses to outweigh the lower steering losses.
I guess it depends how bad your pitch is at the end. But yeah, fair.
Yeah. But yeah, that is actually one of the advantages of solid. Like one of the true advantages of solids is the fact that you can shape your hollowed section to have control over the thrust curve, such that you can actually start at about 3 Gs, then peter off down to, you know, 1.5 to 2 for the next minute,
Yep.
and then hang out around there for another minute, and then decouple them, and then have a core that burns for another couple minutes,
Yep.
and then have your long burning upper. But at that point, you're at 4 km sec, so it almost doesn't matter how long it takes you to get the other like 3.8 km sec.
It does to some extent because you don't want to start falling back down. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, I was just saying 30 seconds because that's
Yeah.
typically what I'm doing with casters.
Oh, we overburned a little bit. Not that it really matters.
Yeah. That's only going to be like 4 hours to your apoapsis, right?
Yeah. I assume for one of these it'll be yeah, only three hours to G. All right, so let's flight plan. I think I need about 1400.
Probably a bit more. 1400 is a geostationary circularization, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's go out to a day and AN. So what? 18 and 20. Nope, that's about bang on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a little bit more.
but not that much difference.
Yep. Okay.
You're kicking them free after you circularize, and then lowering periapsis at the right argument of periapsis, and then raising apoapsis from there.
Yeah, I was gonna kick him free at circularization and then one at one pole, and then wait for the other one to be at the other pole. Oops. This is not quite correct now, because it. That's pretty good. That's excellent. That'll do. And how are we doing on electricity? Good. We still have about half left. So yeah, going up to 50 megameters probably, like, maybe could have made it, but not sure. Oops, we were 3 seconds late because the ullage burn was late.
It doesn't matter too much. You couldn't have gone up to 50 if you were half done, but you could have gone up to geostationary, because that's it. You did 3 hours. Geo would be 6.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just like an intuition of trying to have about half the time above and half the time below geostationary altitude. But I don't know what's actually going to be correct for that.
Periapsis of 35,000 and apoapsis of 37,000.
Oh, yeah, of course you're correct.
But you can do it this way too, of course. That's
Yeah, no, you're you're right that's smarter. Close enough. So actually, now that I think about it, yeah, no, this is fine. Because there's 2 of them, it's fine. All right, so we still have some delta V left in this stage, but I'm going to ditch it.
This is the 11D33, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought that one only had 2 ignitions.
Oh, yeah, I thought I was on the M already.
It says you have 3 ignitions remaining.
Oh, I guess it has 5 total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is the M. Oh no, it's the 11D33. Okay.
Huh. 5. Okay, I'm just misremembering dramatically.
All right, so there's that. So let's open those, separate. Turn on remaining experiments. Turn those back on. Unmet requirements. Why are the requirements unmet?
Eccentricity.
Oh, 0.1. Okay, so yeah. So yes, the your your slight tweak to altitudes would not suffice.
Okay, fine. You would have to do like 30 and 40 or something like that instead.
Yeah. Yeah, 30 and 40 might well be correct. And we have the delta V to do that if we want. We'll see how 20 and 50 works.
20 and 50 should work too.
Oh, did I not actually decouple that? That's weird. Thought I had.
More specifically, if you've already figured out that 20 and 50 gives you 50-50 coverage above and below, then definitely go for that one.
No, I haven't done any actual math on that. It's all instinct.
Okay.
I think it's actually probably should be something like 20 and 40. So we'll start with 20 and 40, and if that's not right, then we'll go up to.
Yeah, it should definitely be 20 and I mean, I don't think 50 would leave you in high too long. Don't know if 40
Yes.
would be too little, but
Yeah, maybe 42 or 45. Oh, that's way too much. Not enough. Let's try that. And we want an argument of periapsis of 270. All right. Yeah. All right, let us try it. Hey, Vloot. Yep, just sending up some science probes that are in vaguely tundra-ish orbits. Huh. Wonder why it got confused as to burn duration. Happily, the node executor I wrote for MechJeb will actually execute on delta V rather than time, so it should shut off correctly. Yes. Huh? Arguing a perigee is 143?
What? That happened. Where are you?
That seems incorrect.
Does.
Ah. That's closer. 267 is fine. I don't actually care to be closer than that. Alright, so let's get sun alignment. Alright, it's a 21-hour orbit.
You find out where you'll be in about 5 hours and a quarter. A quarter revolution up.
Let's find out.
Not a quarter revolution. It'll be more than a quarter revolution, but a quarter of your time.
Sorry, 5 1/4?
Yeah, 5 hours. Minutes.
Yep. Question is, what orbital height is that?
Yeah, if that's bang on the edge of space high and space low, you've nailed it. But I don't know how to, if the maneuver is not telling you, you'd have to, I don't know, circularize there, fake circularize there to find out, or just there.
Yeah, I guess we could just fake circularize there and see.
Oh, if you just do a lot of negative prograde, you'll put your apoapsis there and then be able to mouse over it.
Oh yeah, that's enough. 36 121. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
How the heck did I do that?
I don't know. You're good at estimating as well.
I guess. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Hmm. You know what the downside of that is, though?
It's the downside.
We're not going to get space high for deserts.
That's true.
But we can always circularize both to 44 megameters once we've collected everything.
Yeah. Well, the opposite poles are the same biome. So.
Right. Like, I'm not worried about that. The point is, we'll never be space high above the equator.
Right. I was just going to say you could put the other probe, have the argument periapsis be 0.
Oh, that's a good thought, actually. Yes, because you're right. Yeah, I think that's correct. Because taiga also exists in both north and south.
Yeah, I think there's a lot less in the south, but.
Yep. Yeah, so good we did this one first. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to. Oh, no, it did it anyway. Okay. All right, let's get a little dispersion from that. A little separation from the decoupler.
Yeah, you don't want to smack your nose into it.
Okay, and used 570, which was approximately correct.
Yeah.
Active engines, let's do that this time. Yeah, 152 seconds. That sounds much better. Okay, so right on the AN, basically. And that should give us a RP of, yeah, basically correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Hmm. You might not get. No, you will. Never mind. Sorry, you will get it.
Hmm?
Never mind. I was already wrong when I was saying it. Never mind.
Okay.
And Mr. Bond is talking about alcohol, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is not within my areas of expertise.
Actually, yeah. I don't have the palate for beers. I just taste more bitter or less bitter.
Okay. That looks basically correct. Okay. All right. Highly successful little jaunt. Let the science roll in.
Yeah, no, Mr. Bond, but I think it would be wasted on me as well. Like, there's. I realize there are better beers with all kinds of flavor notes and etc. And I've tried, and yeah, it's all just wasted on me.
Okay. There's that. So let's get all the staff back over to the human rated complex. Get rid of the decoupler. So dumb. Why did the decoupler join us in our high orbit?
It did. It couldn't have.
Something's very fishy.
That
So
one's
that
circular.
oh
That's your decoupler. It's still in the 20-kilometer circular. There's your higher one.
yeah, right. Because yes,
Yeah, you just haven't separated.
yep, that's why. Okay. Cool. There's our orbital track. The past
What is that?
noodles and the future noodles.
Wait, how's that a future noodle? Oh,
Hmm?
sorry, that's the past noodle where you came up. Never mind. Yep, that's fine.
Yep. Yeah, and it started there because the vessel was created there. Whereas this one um, started from our launch site. Okay, cool. Seems fine. So that's going to complete well before that.
Yes.
2 weeks, in fact. So 11 days to roll it out.
Well, more so, it's going to take you 3 months, another 3 months to get Soyuz, right?
Right. Yeah, so you're right that we have a... Cool. Here's these contracts showing up again. That's a bunch of confidence.
How do you still have a lunar orbiter and mapper? I thought you accepted and finished that.
Because this is the optional one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here's the optional one that requires you to get it pretty much entirely mapped. First one just required something.
No,
Wait, how
the
do I have a
requirements are
second
the
one of
same.
these? It says a series of one contract of which 0 have been completed. What?
This is an optional one.
Oh, this is the optional one. Yes,
Yeah.
I did the required one. All right, so we'll take this and fly it. That's what.
But the optional lunar mapper also seems to only require finding one. It doesn't say all of them. Have at least one.
Yeah, I thought it was
At least one biome.
that. I think that text may be incorrect because lunar orbiter. Which one is this? Let's see. Moon orbiter optional. Select science. Fraction complete 1. Subjects to complete biomes. Biomes is x plus 1. We can do this once. Okay, yeah, so that is what the contract says. I don't understand why. Oh, I think I had is for chain of it where you have to completely map one biome and then the next biome and then the next. But yeah, I think it should be most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to fix that.
Yeah.
Probably something like 8. 8 biomes.
Yeah, that makes sense because otherwise the having the rep be the same as for a Farside Lander seems wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so we know we're doing this. And we need to launch pretty high and stay there for 7 days. Which means we need to pack a bunch more food than I think we have.
So you'll have to pack it on last minute.
Huh? It's only at 8%, like 9% done.
Fair enough.
Not quite last minute, but nearly there. Also electricity for 7 days. I didn't think about this part. I was kind of dumb. So let's see. We have, oh, we do have 7 days of electricity. That's fine. We have 6 days and 12 hours. Most things. But who's on board? Only 2 people. We put all 3 people on board, then it's different. So we do need more food and water and oxygen. Let's see, food, just shy of double. So we're going to run out of space. So the first thing we can do is remove the waste. That will give us a little more to play with if we immediately dump. Food, let's go up to 20. 6 days, so they'll be 4 hours without food. That's probably fine. Water is the more relevant one. That's only 6 days. So where else can we save some? Let's look at the service module. The service module has 121 liters. So we're going to put most of the electricity in the service module. That's 300 kilograms. Wait, how is it 16.6 tons wet? That seems wrong. What the heck? What's so
Yeah,
heavy? Oh, no. It's because it has shielding. Yeah, I bet you that's what it is. If I do this, there we are. Yep, that's what it was. Cool. Now, let's look at electricity. Need put more electricity in this. That's too much. That's still too much. That's about right. And in fact, I think I want to go a little higher. Three hours to give us a little extra breathing room.
Reasonable.
Now, food is correct. I mean, we can give them a little bit more food. Water is the problem. Okay. Okay, oxygen is perpetual because of our scrubber. Nitrogen is fine. Potassium superoxide we need more of. Okay. That seems fine.
For the astronauts are looking at that like, so only 9 hours of extra air? You sure about that?
Anti-pressure controller. That's fine. And scrubber.
Yeah, Mr. Bond, it's compressed oxygen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gaseous oxygen. I believe that this one doesn't have the like 1 day time limit that the lithium hydroxide ones do. But you know what? Let me just double check. Okay, so where is the basic scrubber? Breathing creates CO2. Non-regenerative scrubber. Yeah, so the potassium superoxide one doesn't have non-regenerative. So yeah, I believe we're good. We're good for the 7 days. All right. That's everything I can think of on this.
Yeah, it looks okay as long as you, I mean, you've got multiple ignitions to get your orbit right, so fine.
No, I don't have multiple ignitions.
Are you going to be able to get to the right orbit just straight there? Because this one had trouble getting to. I mean, it wasn't that close, but 200 to 200. By 200, you need to go to 250 by 350.
No, it just needed to be below 375 apogee and perigee above 200 or 250 or whatever.
Okay, so 250 or 260 by 260 is okay.
I think the oscillating elements will drive me down, so I think I want to be like 300 by 300, which
You
I
might
think
want
I
to
have
set.
the delta V to do, but maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I basically have 9550. So I think I will be okay for that. But you're right that we should check. So let's sim it. Okay. Uh, oops. Yeah. So I'm going to have to edit the other one again. But for now, let's see how this works going to 300 by 300. Might be enough, might not.
Yeah,
We might have to use the full stack.
it did seem a little tight, so I mean, you may be able to get away with a little bit of an edit, but
I'm not sure it's that tight. And yeah, see? I didn't think it was that tight.
Okay. Fair enough. I thought these had not that much margin when they released your boss stocks, but okay.
No, they had a bunch of margin, and then I realized that this was still over provisioned on locks, and then they had a
Right.
real bunch of margin.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Um, the real question is, what's going to happen to my orbital elements? Did I accept that contract? Not. Guess not. Yeah, it was 250 by 375, right? Not 200 by 375.
Yeah, I think it was 250 by 375, as you said.
Yeah, so I think it's. Let's try that. That's still plenty. Should have accepted the contract so I could see whether we ever go outside our limits by the duration resetting.
Won't Principia just tell you if you tell it to
Nope.
land some? Okay.
No, so Principia will tell you what your actual highest and lowest points will be. They won't tell you what, if you ignored further perturbation in your orbit, your patched conic approximation would be. And that's the thing that contract configurator checks.
Okay.
Like, I feel like the actual solution here is to patch contract configurator so that it will actually ask Principia for the correct elements. But that's not how it's set up right now. So, for example, like say you get accelerated down by a mass con on the equator, which will increase your apogee on the other side of the Earth. Once you pass it, you'll start getting decelerated, which will lower your apogee back down. So your eventual apogee will be where it started, but for some of that time, the patched conic approximation will think it's way higher. That's the thing that bites you when doing orbital contracts with Principia. Okay. Cool. With free attach, we ended up in the correct orbit, just with a different... we didn't insert at perigee as usual. Okay, so let's see what happens to our orbital elements.
Can you sheet accept the contract?
Oh, yeah, I guess I could. That's a good point. Except it'll say launch a new vessel was false, so it won't actually start tracking me.
Fair.
But let's watch what happens to our elements.
So far, so good.
Yeah, we're hanging around pretty normal. Yeah, seems fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to launch a little tighter so that I'm under the eccentricity limit. Because we got close to going over the eccentricity limit there.
What's the eccentricity limit?
0.0034. And I saw 0.003 down there, such that it's very close. Yeah, okay, I'm happy. Okay, I need to edit it such that it doesn't have those weird action group things.
I didn't see what the weird action group things were.
Well, I insist on editing my tanks in action group editor mode, which means if I have a part selected that's a MechJeb enabled part, then I get I get click through and I get all these fun things, including shut down avionics. All right, save edits. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, I think that's a good place to stop, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting late.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Great.
See you next time.
Next time. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Catch you next time as well. Night.